At my starting point, I was curious about what is trading, why I see these red candles, these green candles, why is that, why I see some gaps, what is this gap, and a lot of different questions. And then I found these liquidity sweeps, the manipulations, the big players, and a lot of different informations from different approaches from different people. And is it actually true? Right now, I see the charts a little bit different from that time. I see it as a structure. I see it as a structural points, the volume, also combining this with the session timings and my unique view, understanding of the charts that I created by myself, not by the other people's approaches. I actually took something from that approaches, but the most and the biggest progress I see only from finding my own regularities, my own pattern recognition. And right now, it is for me like everybody watched the Matrix movie when the person who was on that ship, who was just watching on the screen of the computer, for like regular viewer, it was only the green symbols, but for the experienced person, for the person who can read this, it was the whole life, the whole movie, the whole Matrix. And I could compare these charts exactly to the Matrix. Before you start in your journey, and even when you starting, everything seems to you like really not understandable. Your head is blowing up because you cannot understand why price doing this and not that, from where we get in reaction, what is the reaction, what type of trading do I want to trade, on what time price, a lot of different information. But through time, you actually getting to the point where you start realizing something by small pieces, and you start thinking that the more mistakes you will make, the more you will analyze them, the more self-reflection work you will do, the faster results will come. And that's actually how it works. Nobody gonna save you here, but somebody could actually show you the path, show you the right way how to find your edge, your own edge on the markets, and actually read the charts like the Neo from Matrix. You really could be on that level, of performance. But what you need is consistency, being okay with the loss, and just keep going. Because most of the people, after some failures, they just saying, fuck it, that's not for me. All right, let's go to 9 to 5 job, bro. Go on. But if you really want to build the generational wealth, you actually could do this right here. But you need to put a lot of effort right here. So, as I started what is trading for me, and I said that this is actually how I see the matrix. I started with the different approaches of other people, and I couldn't find my edge. Right now, after 2.5 years of my trading journey, I started little bit realizing and feeling the charts, feeling the markets like it was in the movie when he just was feeling. He was on that level that he could stop the bullets, that he could fly, that he could do everything. And you could also to go to that level. Let me explain something like real quick example what I see on the chart right now. So we got right here DAX 40. And from the first side, what we see, oh man, a lot of different candles. I don't know what to see and what time frame do I need to use. And I'm starting with, okay, calm down, man. And what I use structural points and just structure, right? Starting with the marking the structure, let's say like this. We see the market like this. And what I see, how structure works, how structure looks like. We see that structure making the deep retracement, but we don't go lower the previous low. So that means that the structure is continue bullish, but it with really deep retracements. What I see else, okay, where is the price right now? For example, we have this example. I see that on this diapason, the price is too high. What I mean by that, if I put right here the dealing range, this is the simple 0.5 from this structural move, bam, I understand that we on the higher diapason, and from this diapason, from this area, I don't want to enter some longs. Okay, perfect. What do I want? And I'm just asking myself, how price actually moving? And as I said, with the deep retracement, what is the possible and potential target? This pool of liquidity, this pool of liquidity, right? Right here, I don't want to put my target because it will be invalidate my whole scenario, my higher time frame structural points, right? Cool. So what I see, I go into the lower time frame, right? And try to find here the structure and synchronize the structure in opposite way. And what I see, I mark the structure, pam, 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 pam. Why I'm not using these highs and lows? Because that's how I see the structure. That's how I recognize the structure. So uh, also what I could add to this, that the structure and the price actually going with the order flow. What does it mean for me, order flow? Order flow, that's the instrument that taking partial liquidity and then creating the new low, or just going by the narrative. It looks something like this: bam, 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 bam. We taking here liquidity, and we continue going to the by the narrative. Perfect. What we got right here, I see this situation, how the price is actually going. I'm marking right here also the sweeping the liquidity. I adapting to the price. I see first structural movement was on 1.12%. The second structural movement was on the 1.93%. The third one was on 271, and this one was on 280, 2.8. So I see how the structure from the deeper retracement goes to the aggressive mode, and actually I aligns this with my liquidity and with my targets. And what I see right here, I am waiting for the this is the Monday, new opening of the week. I waiting for the building the liquidity, and actually I waiting for taking the liquidity and entering into a position by the narrative, by the logic, and by the really strong understanding of my trading. So is it was hard? Absolutely not. And not just to be the person who only talk. Let's see actually how it was on the real result. Let me find the date. It was start of the June. Perfect. Let's check this out where I was posting my scenarios. Let me show you real quick. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. It was right here. Perfect. As we can see right here, this is this situation. I mean, the charts looks like this. Bam, bam. What we see, I marked for myself the order flow, and then I do what? I entering in longs right here. So I'm taking this movement. On another day, I'm taking this movement. On the same day, I'm taking this movement. And on the Wednesday, I'm actually also adding into the main position, into the main logic. Let me show you real quick. This is the first execution. Bow. This is the actual my mid-higher time frame idea, as I said. because I'm adapting to the charts. And this is for me, not the matrix. This is for me the real life. I see it how like saw the Neo. And here is my all positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here is the confirmations. And that's how I view the charts. It could be nothing special, but it maybe seems from the first sight that it's nothing special. But to actually came to this simplified version of understanding, it took me 2.5 years. And I'm still learning, still trying to better understand the market movement, because not everybody will price do this perfect scenario. We also need to adapt to worse scenarios and how to act in these scenarios, and not to overtrade and not to do stupid and silly mistakes. So try to not overcomplicate things, but in the same time use specific questions. Ask something that nobody asks. Why is price doing that? How the price is moving? What is price trying to tell you? Use this and combine everything, fail a lot, analyze a lot, and you will see that improvement. So, man, this is for the video. Thank you for watching. I hope this video is helpful for you, and see you in the next one. Godspeed.